welcome and thank you so much for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your December 2020 tarot card reading. This is the festive season and so I am in my Christmas shirt, but I am aware that this Christmas is going to be very different for the majority of us in a lot of ways, and so I want to use the spread this month to delve into some of our past situations, our present and future situations. So the reading will be a little bit different to how I usually do it this month, but I'm hoping that that will help us pick up on more of what we can expect from this season, which is going to be so different. If you would like to check out your free 3-card tarot spread, you can do that by clicking on the link beneath this video. You can also order your digital spreads, or indeed reach out to me for a one-to-one consultation. But without further ado, let's get into this reading for your specific zodiac sign. This will be for your sun sign or your rising sign. For me personally, I find that tarot works best with my sun, but that is just me. So please feel free to watch your rising sign as well. So let's see what the cards hold for you this month. Hello Libra, and thank you so much for joining me for your December 2020 tarot card reading. Let's see what your significator card holds for you this month, Libra. So you have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is really romantic, actually. There is a lot of love in the air when this card is around, so if you are single, you could find yourself being swept off your feet a little bit. This person really, or this situation I should say, Libra, it brings about that excitement and that pure emotion that comes with falling in love. It's usually love in its idealized form, so it's all that roses, all that lovey-dovey stuff before you get to really know each other's flaws, right? But it is a really exhilarating, thrilling, passionate, intense experience to go through. And I do think if you are single, this could be someone coming into your situation. If you are already in a relationship, something could be coming along to really spice that up. There are times when all of these relationships, and it doesn't just have to be romantic, but I do generally feel that for the most part this is indicating some kind of love romance relationship, but things do develop into a stable, more supportive, less extreme form of relationship as time goes on. And I think it's about being willing to accept that, those butterflies in our tummy, yes, they can still be there, but it might not be quite the same because we may already live with that person, or we might not be traveling to meet them, or so those first flutterings of excitement are marvelous. But what is also marvelous is a secure and loving relationships. This card, if it's not to do with your love life, can also sort of say, Libra, that if you have to tell anybody this month that their idea isn't very good, do it very gently, because this is about heightened sensitivity. This is about creativity, and it's about swimming in that flow of emotional awareness. And so if you do have to let somebody down in some way this month, please try and do it as gently as you can, which I'm sure you will, because you're a very diplomatic sign anyway. So now we're going to have a look at your past card, which is the Six of Swords. This means that you're really moving on from a situation that has been quite difficult, actually. You might not be jumping for joy about it, because there may still be a little bit of sadness from what has transpired, but there is definitely a kind of feeling of a new dawn. We can see this swords as a grumpy old, bunch of cards, really, to be quite honest. But the number 6 brings about this spirit of independence, communication. You've worked your way through a lot of trials and tribulations here, Libra, and you are really beginning, or well on your way, some of you, to reconcile with those past events. You're able to move on. Some mental stress that has been caused by these things is starting to fade, and I do feel that some good news is going to help you go from strength to strength in getting through whatever it has been that has been difficult. So then your present situation, Libra, is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is about creating barriers within our own mind. So it stands to reason that you're coming off the back of moving forward from something difficult, that you might feel that your life is a little bit stagnant, a little bit stuck. 8 is all about our drive, it is about our ambition, and it is about tangible results. And if we think about swords are about our thought processes and thinking. So swords, the number of swords will either help or hinder our growth. And the 8 of Swords is very much this feeling of wanting to be rescued by, you know, a knight in shining armor, but in real life it might feel like a very long wait for someone to come in and help us with our problems. And when this happens, we can feel that the world is a little bit against us. But whilst that sounds very difficult, the empowering thing that comes from it, and I know some people don't like the word empowerment because it does mean that A, we have to do some work, and B, that there have been struggles. So I know that that isn't, you know, a buzzword that everybody wants to hear, but the good thing about not waiting around for that knight in shining armor to come and rescue us is that we actually become the one in control of our destiny. So if you do feel like you're trapped in some kind of dead-end job because you can't leave, because you need the cash, you've got to think very clearly about how you might be able to find a solution, or at least a compromise that makes life, you know, a lot more palatable. Because taking that kind of action is going to be required. Can't just rest on our laurels when the 8 of Swords comes up. But this again can be exciting. This change, yes, can be scary, but very exciting. So I do feel there is a lot to go for this month, Libra, even if you have to be a bit ballsy about it and really reach for that inner strength. And then the future card is also a Swords card. So it's a lot of things going on in your mind this month. The 2 of Swords is a card of indecision, really. So it might be that you don't actually make any firm decisions by the end of the month, but that is okay. I don't think this spread is asking you to rush into stuff. It's more asking you to just review where you are in your life at the moment and ask yourself, are you happy? And if you are happy, then, you know, look at those things that you're doing that are making you happy and then keep doing them. And if you're not feeling 100% happy with your lot at the moment, obviously, you know, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. There is a economical crisis internationally that is affecting us in so many ways, on top of our own personal problems, which we all encounter and we all have. So it's no wonder that this year has been so blooming hard for people. So I wouldn't look at this month negatively, Libra. What it's saying to you is you're moving on from difficult decisions, but instead of waiting around for this person to come in and rescue you, or to come in and help you and pick up the slack, you know, be your own superhero this month, because actually what that will do for you is open up so many doors. You'll feel so much more empowered. You'll feel so much more in control of your life. And then when people do come along to help you, it's like that's a bonus, but that's not the thing that you're just solely relying on. You're relying on yourself. And actually, I think that you're going to get a real kick and a real buzz out of that this month. So there you have your December 2020 tarot card reading. I'm really honoured to have shared this space with you this month. Thank you so much for joining me. And until we speak again next month, I'm sending you lots of warm wishes and a very merry and peaceful Christmas.